What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video we're going to talk about the US election, we're going to talk about rising COVID numbers, and we're going to talk about my weekly watch list and what stocks I have my eye on. Here's everything you need to know. Okay, so first of all, this is just my opinion. You need to do your own research, and this video is for educational purposes only. However, this week there's two big things that are on my radar. Number one is the US election, and what I am expecting is that we are going to have a contested election. I do think there's a chance that we have a very clear winner, and hopefully on Tuesday night we know exactly who the winner is, but my expectation is that we are going to have a contested election at least for a couple of days. And number two is that COVID numbers. They are currently up right now, and so we are going to cover that, and I am going to be watching that come Monday, Tuesday. But what we need to talk about is how these two factors combine, first of all, for the worst case scenario. And so if we have a contested election as well as rising COVID numbers, this is the worst case scenario for the stock market, and I think we are going to see some pain in the markets. However, if we see a clear winner, an early stimulus bill from whoever wins, and a decrease in COVID numbers over the next couple of days here, I think that is going to be the best case scenario. And if that happens, I think we're going to do okay. I think the stock market's going to at least trade sideways, or at least do a little bit of a run post-election come November, December, especially going into Christmas. Now, depending on who wins, I think there is going to be different winners. If Trump wins, I think we are basically going to see a continuation of the last 4 years. So that means that tech is going to continue to grow, pharmaceutical companies should do fairly well, and military suppliers should continue to have contracts. However, if Biden wins, I do think we are going to see a little bit of a shift into renewable energy, cannabis, and electric vehicles. I think those three industries, more so than anything else, are going to be able to benefit from a Biden win more so than any other industry. And so those are going to be the three industries I have my eye on if Biden wins. Now let's just talk about COVID real quick. I pulled this chart from Worldometer. It is October 31st right now as I film this, and as you can see, we just reported the highest global daily new cases. It's just under 600,000 new cases, which is absolutely insane. It means we're getting pretty close to 1 million cases per day, which is not a good scenario, and it is not where we want to be. But I'm basically showing you this to say COVID is not over, and it is only getting worse. Now, when we zoom into the United States, it's a little bit of a scary picture because from as far as I can tell, this looks like a third wave. We've got our first one right here, we got our second one right here, and it looks like we've got our third one right here. We're approaching 100,000 cases per day in the United States, and it doesn't look good, especially going in 2, 3, 4 days from an election. So it's a little worrisome, and it sure looks like a third wave to me. Again, this is all just my opinion. Now, when we look at the indexes, I primarily look at the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. And as you can see, the Dow Jones has not quite hit its highs previous to COVID. It's basically tailed off a little bit underneath that, and it's sitting on a little bit of support right now, down about 10-15%. When we look at the S&P 500, you can see almost the same thing. We did pass through our previous highs set before COVID. We're a little bit higher by maybe 5 or 10%, but we have dropped down about 10-15% from those highs right now. So we are in that kind of pullback territory, depending on how you describe that. But when we look at the NASDAQ, this is a little bit of a different story. This industry is primarily tech focused, and tech has had an amazing run. So you can see the NASDAQ went from a low of 6,700 to a high of 12,000, almost 300. So quite an amazing run, and it's now sitting at around 11,000. So it's down maybe 8 or 9%. So not a huge dip, not as big of a dip on the NASDAQ, and definitely a bigger run up on the NASDAQ. However, all three of these indexes are showing a little bit of a sign of a pullback. They're testing their first level of support, and if all three of these indexes break through that second level of support, kind of what I've indicated right here, that's when I'm going to be really concerned about kind of the stock market as a whole and the economy in general. Now, if you guys have been watching my videos for a little while, I sincerely appreciate it, and so does YouTube. They have actually just given me new access to YouTube memberships, and I want to explain it to you because it's really cool. So for $2 per month, when you click that little join button down below, it's really neat. $2 a month, you will get charged on your credit card, and it will go to supporting me, and I will also shout you out in my videos because I sincerely support it. It basically goes to helping me make these videos and cover my living expenses. Now the second level here is a Discord member. It's $5 per month, and it's really really cool, I invite you to my Discord chat room. It is absolutely fantastic. I have threads in there for all the different types of trading, so day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, as well as a list of all my resources, and I post in there every single day the stocks I'm looking at and my technical analysis, and almost every day somebody's asking me my opinion on it, so I do some research and I share it in there with the entire group. So that is what the Discord chat is. If you're interested in that, it is $5 per month, and if you are seeking out any type of mentorship right now, you should definitely consider my third level here. It is a monthly video call where me and you will sit down, we will analyze your trading, we'll talk about how we can improve, we will set goals for the next week, and I will give you as many resources and as much help as I possibly can. It is $50 per month, and we will sit down and we'll go through that process once per month, and if you need any help between, I am more than happy to help. If you buy the level 3 or the level 2, you get all of the ones above it as well. So please consider that. I sincerely appreciate it. It really helps me out, and it's absolutely fantastic that YouTube has given me this opportunity early. I sincerely appreciate it. All right, now without any further ado, let's start talking about the stocks. So the first one I want to point out is Netflix. The reason I like this is because you can see from here, they have a triple top that's formed. They also have clear levels of support right around this 460, 465 level. Now what's interesting about Netflix is I think if COVID continues to get worse and we start to see lockdowns, especially in Europe and in America, that means that people are going to be going to Netflix a little bit more often, and I think Netflix has a great opportunity there. They also just raised their prices, so I am expecting margins to increase for Netflix, so that is absolutely fantastic. So what I'm looking at here is if we see a bounce off 465 and we see it start to move up and we see COVID numbers increase, then I do think Netflix has an opportunity. If we see Netflix fall through 465, we see the indexes fall and we see COVID numbers decrease. Now the second company I want to point out is Drone Delivery Canada. This is a company that I've been watching for a very long time and I really like them. This is a phenomenal company. They have a great business model. They have a good management team. I have personally talked to them and interviewed them. If you want to see that video, definitely check out the other ones on my channel. It is a personal interview with the CEO of the company, and I absolutely love everything about this company. However, their stock continues to get cheaper and cheaper, and I have not made an entry into the stock yet. And so as of right now, it's currently trading at 62 cents. It has an all-time low of 50 cents, and it continues to fall and fall and fall, and I am just waiting for it to bottom out and start to turn around, and that is when I'm going to buy into it. And so I want you to keep this one on your radar. I am not saying that there's a buying opportunity this week. It might not even come for a month, but I think it should be on your radar because I think this is a phenomenal stock that you can get in at super, super cheap at rock bottom pricing, and I think it is only going to go up over the 5-year term. So I think if you can keep this in your watch list, you can keep an eye on it. I think there's a phenomenal opportunity just building and building here in Drone Delivery Canada. Now the next one is Curaleaf Holdings Incorporated. This is the largest cannabis company in the United States based on market cap, and I really like that because if Joe Biden gets elected and cannabis becomes legal federally, then I think this company has a ton of room to run. But as you can see, they're extremely volatile. They were as low as $2.54 back in March or April here, and they are now trading at $9.38. So quite a run here on Curaleaf, and you need to be very careful because it is moving quite quickly. However, if we see a clear victory from Biden, I think this company has a lot to gain from that opportunity. Now the last company here is Microsoft. The reason I like Microsoft is because they have very, very clear support at this $200 level. It's a very nice round number where we're expecting to see some support. The stock has already bounced off of it twice, and I think it's about to do it again. So what I am expecting here is if Donald Trump gets elected, I think Microsoft is going to bounce off this 200, and I think you could pretty easily ride it out to 215, 220 unless we see a break even higher. However, if it falls below 200 and we see all of our indexes plummet because of possibly a contested election and increased COVID numbers, then I will consider shorting on Microsoft. Now, in summary here, I think what we need to watch out for is the worst case scenario, and that is a contested election and increasing COVID numbers. So those are the two things that I am going to have my eye on come Tuesday, Wednesday. These are the stocks that I am going to be watching, but I think this week is going to be extremely, extremely volatile, and I think there is nothing wrong with holding a little bit of cash. So if you are a little bit worried about your positions, you don't know what's going to happen, I think you should pull out. I think you should convert it into cash. You should keep it safe and then get back in when you know it is going to happen. Now, if you are interested in learning a little bit more about the stock market, then you should definitely consider signing up for my course. It is on Skillshare and it is completely free. You get the first 2 weeks free when you sign up, and it is an 8-hour course. So if you can do the entire 8 hours within 2 weeks, you cancel your subscription and you're totally done. If you like the platform, it's about $12 a month after that. I've had over 550 students go on. I've got 30 reviews on there, and the link is down below. If you're interested in getting started in the stock market as a beginner, or even as somebody that knows how to trade but needs to refine their strategy, this is the course from you, and you can sign up completely free. And if you need any more info on it, the link is down below. So guys, if you got any value out of this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. If you're interested in some mentorship or you want to join my Discord chat, definitely hit that join button. And thank you so much for watching my video. I sincerely appreciate it. We will see you in the next one. Peace.